He cannot afford to be caught napping around that point in the game.
Yeah, and shout out to Shakespeare as well, who is the first female pro in LJL. Stepping forwards as Lien enters the lane. Jinzhao forced to flash, but look at that! The stun comes through anyway! And first blood for Assume! Fantastic start, especially on Lucian Nami. You do use it. Jinzhao takes a chunk, but Assume in trouble. Envy just charging forwards with the red and white guns, but he doesn't have flash. He can't quite finish the kills, and Feather walks away as well. But here's Meteor.
Here, he has flash.
This is a jungler that ain't afraid to dive. The wave still needs to be pushed in. Assume, I don't think he can clear this one. Not level 6 for the culling. And here we go. Dive underway. RA's reinforcements are headed over, but Jinzhao and Envy are both going to get taken so low. Meteor does get 2 kills, but there's 2 deaths as well. And suddenly N cleans it up for 3. A double for Assume. It couldn't have gone worse.
Well, I don't envy them. That is a hell of a mistake to make. I think Meteor maybe could have just flashed over the wall, got into that kill very quickly, rather than waiting for the cooldowns to come back up. Feather and Assume outplay the dive.
Xiaoshu being denied his exit by Fairness here, because Haichao moves up towards that top lane, but a nice little buffer denies the charm. It's not going to be enough, or is it pulls it back? But it doesn't commit to the play onto Fairness. Oh, so close. A valiant attempt from Xiaoshu to survive, but Fairness on a blade's edge survives the play.
Haichao gonna go back to base with that 1 kill and buy himself those Mercury's treads. Going back to the replay of how this happened though. Envy, of course, came in from Leaf Sandbox, coming in from Spring to Summer. Player of some renown over in the LCK. Zafellos is no slouch either, but right here, I just feel like Meteor could have just flashed that wall, even without the minions in place. Just not wait for the next cooldowns to come up. Huge play by Feather. Huge play. Great bubble. And Meteor, I feel like he just had to commit to that play with or without those minions before those cooldowns came back up.
Fantastic stuff, though, from Assume and Feather. Beautifully played to deny everything. The bubble, the ignite onto the support. Xiaoshu, so close to getting Fearless. I don't know if his E was currently on cooldown when he was when he got the knockback onto Fairness, but either way.
I'm gonna just hope that it's Stormrazor and hope for the best because I don't have the items opened up beside me right now. That was the ults coming out though. Envy caught out again.
Envy gonna go down. Culling comes out. Beautifully played by Assume and Feather. And we'll be able to take him down. So good stuff there. And now Xiaoshu has Fairness on the ropes once again, but Meteor is in the area this time. Xiaoshu's got to be careful. He's still going aggressive. He's been baited in. Fairness being fearless in this one, just like he wanted his username to be. Xiaoshu should go down the all-out to try and buy himself space, but the cast, no! Denied by the dash, and the flash still up from the previous play. Xiaoshu survives.
You'll remember this as the day you almost caught Captain Jack Xiaoshu. Walks away from a 1v2 and actually survives this time. He's been having a good time individually, despite not walking away with kills and those individual, I suppose, gold advantages. The fact that he's not dying is still important. Meteor will get himself another mark for Xiaoshu has like forced retreat though. Not been able to get a mark off of champions, but Meteor still getting some on the board.
Yeah, it is Gale Force, by the way, to follow up on the previous conversation. I thought it was Gale Force, and then I second-guessed myself because it was...
And then you said it, and I was like, I'm just going to believe you, Joe.
My brain went, okay, there's no Noon Quiver, so it can't be Mythic, because that's how it used to work.
Yes.
And they've ruined everything. Like, as an AD carry player, I have to double-check everything I build now, because they changed absolutely everything.
But we basically had a second preseason in the middle of the split. And I was on holiday, I came back, and I was like, I need to memorize new items all over again. Still a work in progress. Xiaoshu does the real deal, though, of escaping from another perilous situation. Yes, and Cassante, a champion, which has really been in the community eye for a little while now. A lot of players very practiced at this champion, particularly in the LPL. This champion, it feels like if you're skilled at this champion, you can do just about anything with him.
Xiaoshu under threat again as Meteor moves up to this top side. This is the most top side focus I've seen from a jungler, maybe all split, honestly. I feel like Meteor is constantly hovering this lane. Considering he has a tank Gragas in that lane, I guess you are the carry as the Kindred. So looking to try and grab that for himself.
Hang on.
5 stats.
That's 5 marks. How's he got that many without his checking? He has 5 marks.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he's just been farming up in Lien's jungle. I mean, he is 16 CS up in the jungle. As Drake will be taking here.
I think we found out the reason why he's been hovering towards that top side. He's been able to get camps because Fearness has been at least pushing in towards Xiaoshu. He's walking towards again, using that power so well.
Ooh, damage out from Meteor's huge onto Feather as the rest of the team charges in, but they can't actually get the kills. Oh, good charm. As Tibbers is buying so much space for the squad, by the way. Tibbers like 1v4ing that fight. As Fearness takes a bit of a chunk from Lien. I can't believe RA just walked away without anyone going down.
The really MVP of the Merc Treads in Meteor's inventory. The tenacity and the extra magic resist stops Meteor from getting absolutely exploded, means the ultimate can come through. It does mean, however, that they're still falling back and the Herald is still in the sights of Rare Atom. Meteor has healed up off the Krugs, might be able to fight again though.
Fearness steps forward, does have his cask available, but that is the only ultimate available on the side of LGD. With Xiaoshu and Lien both with theirs. Going to go for a 50-50 on the Herald, it seems. We'll see who's going to get it. It's RA. Can they pick up the eye is the question. It's now LGD muscling forwards, forcing Lien's ult with that cask that we mentioned before. They may not get the Herald themselves, that they will deny it from RA.
The eye is going to blink itself shut and out of existence. Rare Atom at least deny LGD taking that. And I think that's very important because right now, no turrets have fallen across the map. We have seen Meteor really try and get into the enemy jungle and try and get into Xiaoshu's lane as well. Giving this Kindred more access to camps and more access to just bully out one side of the map is very, very dangerous. Large amounts of members going towards the top lane turret.
Xiaoshu's in trouble here. Does have his all-out available to try and pull someone away, but just going to step forward to try and start this fight. Lien and Feather were on their way over to Zoom. Returning to that mid lane, he knows Envy wants to finish that tower off and not sure he can contest with Jin Zhao there as well. We'll just have to concede the tower. And in the meantime, high-octane pushing in that top side as well. TP having to be channeled by Xiaoshu just to keep these tier 1s alive. Stride's Bloom popped by Fearness. He'll spot Lien. But with Lien moving over, they should be able to guarantee this tower. Rocket Pelt to try and find a Tibbers angle, but doesn't blow it onto Fearness for no reason. Envy is one shot, but no, the Wild Growth comes on out. Still goes down. The Culling to finish it off. Meteor flashes forward to punish the play. And Feather will fall too. No! Meteor, he thought he had the damage, but the heal comes through at the last second, and now Xiaoshu on the opposite side of the play. Meteor has to use his ult. A beautiful bubble from Feather, but Fearness there to punish the play. Meteor will fall. Jin on the top side, Fearness on the bottom side. It's absolute carnage in the mid lane.
And I think both these teams will probably be very thankful at this point that this fight didn't happen 2 minutes later, because Baron would have been alive and it would have thrown things into a real loop in this game. high-octane trying to stop some recalls, trying to scout out where Lien and Strive were at that point in time, stops that recalls to both of them. And we are left with a bit of a weird even trade. And we're just going to reset. Board's even again.
I will say, Nightmare, we've been treated today. A lot of this split has been very one-sided games. Like, we're not seeing that many really close games. Today, we have had tons of close early games.
We have, and I think we've been we've kind of been taking the Lucian Nami for granted as well. What that combo allows you to do is to have these very bursty one-item trades, and when you have both these bot lane combos which can do that, it means you have these very intricate mid lane fights when you're fighting over these waves. As you can see in this play here, Meteor strong enough to delay the fight, but not strong enough to win in a 1v2 beyond that point. It's enough to at least allow Fearness to get another kill in the back end. Dragon is alive, they will be into River to contest, and high-octane is on the flank, has flash, has ult, has a chance to make a pick.
Oh, knock back onto Fearness here. They're going for it. Strive gets the Tibbers down. It's onto Jin Zhao. They should be able to finish one kill at least. high-octane onto the rest of the squad here. Feather low, everyone taken out. The combo is there. Xiaoshu and Lien in a 2v4. The all-out buys them one kill. Can they escape with more? Xiaoshu up on the top side as Lien goes downwards. Dragon was taken, but at what cost? 4 for 2.
Another mark at the end for Meteor, up to 6. That'll be the cherry on top of the multiple kills picked up. They don't get the Dragon. It's a little sad for them, but the kills, the gold, the mark, the tower on the bot side, LGD take up all of the other objectives and the other advantages they can find from that fight.
Fend for themselves on the backside of the play.
Strive very nearly gets himself a multi-man Tibbers, and particularly with the tidal wave coming over, if he just managed to stun them into the tidal wave, you can see how much space that would have brought the likes of Assume to do the damage which he couldn't quite manage because he was shut down by LGD, who weren't locked up at that point. Resets come through, damage is there. You have a second AD carry, luckily, in the Kindred to keep up your DPS numbers, despite the fact that Envy did go down at the start of that fight. As we saw that, at least picks up the mark at the end of it too. Going to join up as a 4-man unit in this bot side. Teleport available from Fairness. Teleport coming in from RA though.
That's Gale Force from Envy, but at what cost? Xiaoshu trades his life for it. Although will walk away. Strive behind enemy lines, but the Wild Growth keeps him alive. And suddenly Strive finds himself alone in the world. Will be taken out. Doesn't even have any mana. As I'm pretty sure he just TP'd. How does he have no mana? LGD,
I don't know.
Yeah, he must have TP'd with like... He must have just gone from somewhere else on the map. I don't know. Either way, LGD find themselves a single pick onto Strive and then break the game open. We've seen this story before. LGD will get the bottom in him. And I would say just keep looking for more. Keep on fighting at this point because RA looking all kinds discombobulated this game. Not the biggest value Sibbert's Fang, but Chow finds a charm onto Feather in the mid lane. He's going to have to flash and will go down anyway. A cask on top of his head. Feather really overstepping that one. And RA, they're on the top side of the map running for their lives. But in the meantime, Envy can just run down the mid lane. He can just take towers.
He can. He's safe on his own at that point. Trying to stop the recalls. Meteor has flash.
Yeah.
Doesn't need it.
Dead. Assumes down. Meteor just Gale Force to finish the job. Tibbers comes in. Wild Growth is there. Doesn't even have to use the Lamb's Respite. And this is looking about as over as they come, Nomura.
Out it is. Uses that extra damage from the Gale Force. Takes down the enemy AD carry. 3 members dead now of Rare Atom. No one to defend the space. Their wave clear is gone. And despite the fact that Lian has not died this game, denying the mark at least from Meteor, he's not been able to impact it either. LGD, game 1 looking strong.
Looking fantastic here. Guess they'll get one final fight to finish the job off. Moonlight Vigil comes on in as he dives forward with Gale Force. Beautiful little combo. And High-Chow finishes the job with a double kill. LGD showing up strong today. It's High-Chow sacrificing his life for the triple kill to finish the game out there. And LGD, again, they beat JDG in game number 1. They took a game off of JDG, MSI champions. And now looking dominant, it has to be said, against RA.